Hi everyone. A good replay only gets better with time, just like good wine. That's why we've waited until now to show you this replay. Together with Forest Jump and their Khabarovsk, we'll take a stroll along the Warriors' path map, visit several control points, meet a number of fascinating individuals, and at the end of our little cruise, well, you know I don't like to get ahead of myself. The interesting part began when our hero dealt so much damage to Kiev that it hastily retreated. Then they had to switch to Megami. In their spare time, our Khabarovsk launched torpedoes into the strait and returned to the Japanese. Small, frequent, irritating, but effective nagging. Meanwhile, 3 of our torpedoes finished off Chapayev, and Megami apparently saw something very interesting near that island. So interesting that it just couldn't leave. The teams divided points A and B fairly, but the neutral C point haunts the mind of our hero. The second meeting with Kiev went off with a warm and friendly ambience. The parties reached a complete mutual understanding and agreed that it's difficult for a Tier 8 ship to oppose a Tier 10 one-on-one. In short, that's the second frag. Suddenly, enemy torpedo bombers appeared. Khabarovsk shot 2 of them down, but the rest launched torpedoes at point-blank range. That carrier captain is a pro. Our hero was gonna sing "Hello Darkness, my old friend," but it was too early. Too close. The torpedoes didn't have time to arm. Finally, we can start our capture. But no, bombers arrived. Missed us. It's time to mix business with business. To capture the point and fire at Montana. The point is ours, but the enemy has 2 ships more. Well, let's get to work. Looking at the non-stop shell shower unleashed by our hero at Missouri and Montana, I can't help but think about little Ewoks defeating the Galactic Empire with spears and stones. 2 of our torpedoes hit Montana while Missouri hides behind an island. And we're now 4 against 7. Well, at least the Americans showed up again and we can resume firing. Sometimes the only way to escape a continuous hail of high-explosive shells is to submerge. And this is exactly what Montana did. However, she managed to take our Zhao down with her. Yes, 3 against 6 doesn't look very promising. Wait, 2 against 5. And a couple of seconds later, alone. All alone. Now that's a bummer. And the enemy has a lead of more than 300 points. Not funny at all. Now, my friend, you're probably thinking, this being Sea Smackdown, Khabarovsk will just destroy 5 enemies and that's it. Just how I'd do it. I also had 8 frags a couple of times. However, the reality is much more interesting. With nothing left to lose apart from 14,000 HP, our hero gets to work. Torpedoes to Missouri, just in case she shows up from behind the island. The carrier is way away, so we can capture a point as we head over. Game on, flat-decker. And the next moment, the sky filled with enemy aircraft. It's time to maneuver hard. Torpedoes. Move! Faster! Gosh, that was close. The gloves are off, Lexington. Hindenburg appeared. Our hero manages to maneuver under crossfire and keep firing at the aircraft carrier. Our torpedoes finally reached Missouri and, at the same time, Lexington burned down. Double strike. Kraken unleashed. However, point A is lost. Hindenburg is a dangerous adversary and the 2 destroyers are lurking nearby. Our hero almost captured the point, but the German reappeared. We managed to hide behind an island. Finish the capture, and now we have 2 points working for us. Not anymore. We have to go back. An intact Yugumo awaits us there. Of course, the Japanese isn't such a big threat to Khabarovsk, but after this engagement, our hero has only 3,000 HP left, and Hindenburg was precise, robbing us of all but 1,000 HP. Our team is losing by score. We're lagging behind by just 40 points, but the battle ends in 90 seconds. Time moves slowly but inexorably, and now we're in the lead. We need to hold out for only 30 seconds more. But Hindenburg appears and starts capturing a point. 20 seconds until the end. Attack! We fire and decap the point. The German replies in kind. One hit and we're done. She misses, but her reload time is too good. Another salvo. A miss, and the battle ends. Victory! That was intense to say the least. I can only imagine the emotional roller coaster that our hero just went through. 446 hits, 246,000 damage, 8 medals. They'll have something to tell their grandchildren. If you, my friend, have something that spectacular to share, don't wait for grandchildren. Send it to me now.